It has been 40 years since the first Earth Day. Every year, the U.S. and over 100 different countries throughout the world join together in celebration of Earth Day on April 22nd, a worldwide commemoration of the environment and a day to promise to protect it. Earth Day marks the anniversary where 20 million Americans demonstrated for a healthy and sustainable environment. In short, Earth Day 1970 began the environmental awareness campaign that continues today. Environmental groups use Earth Day as an occasion to draw attention to local and global environmental problems and to discuss common sense solutions.
With that said, I'd like to welcome our special guests here today for the closing celebration for ISO 14000. The program was started 2 years ago when you, all of our 8th graders, were in 6th grade. I'd like to thank our honored guests for gathering with us here today to join in us in this celebration. I'd like to thank Dr. Kawabe. I would like to thank Dr. Kawabe for enabling our students to participate in this kid-friendly environmental management program. This program has proven to be a powerful learning tool that has allowed our students to engage in activities that allow them to achieve measurable environmental results in their homes, school, and local communities. This work has assisted them in becoming environmentally mature citizens with a global perspective on conservation and recycling efforts. Through the dedication and commitment of our 6th grade team of teachers led by Dr. Gregory Grambo and supported by our teacher Joshua Bloom, these educators collaborated with Dr. Kawabe and were instrumental in adapting the kids' ISO 14000 program to meet the unique needs of New York City and New York State. In 2002, the United Nations announced plans to launch the Decade of Education for Sustainable Development for 2005 to 2015. This was the result of the World Summit on Sustainable Development that was held in Johannesburg in 2002. It was at that time that Dr. Kawabe and Ms. Koyama created the Kids ISO 14000 program. The goals of the program were, and continue to be, to establish environmental awareness among children and young people, to teach them to implement environmental management based on the ISO 14000 approach in their homes and communities, and it's to open them to the valuable networking with each other in order to bring the force of collective action, of coming together to address global environmental issues. It is here at IS 227 that all of you have met these goals. We thank Dr. Kawabe for creating this program and sharing it with us. We thank Dr. Grambo and Mr. Bloom for their adaptations and work in the program and for organizing and preparing today's ceremony. Thank you.
I would now like to introduce one of our science educators that participated in this program, Mr. Grambo.
Do you remember when you got that book 2 years ago? Okay. Because we began with this workbook, and there were a lot of ideas about energy. And you know, a lot of us, we can't see our electric and our gas meters. So we had to reformat the book a lot so that we could use tally sheets so that we can do things. Do you remember running into your house and flipping off the light switches on your parents a lot because the lights were running too much? And then, how many times did you flush the toilet? And how many times did you leave the water running while you were brushing your teeth? And we started taking a tally not only of how much water we used, but how much water we wasted. just like throwing money down the toilet. And we came here and saw a movie called An Inconvenient Truth. And we scared a lot of people. The New York City Department of Sanitation gave us comic books, and everybody knows how I am about comic books. But comic books talk to us about trash. And all of our landfills are gone, and we have to start sending our trash to other places. So what's our next step? And we keep wasting our resources. What do we do? And how do we save our planet for our children and their children? And Mr. Blum is going to be talking to you about that. So ISO 14000, it gave you an idea of what do we use and how much do we waste. And hopefully, knowing how much you waste will keep your eyes open so that you don't keep wasting in the future. Thank you.
ISO was such an unbelievable program that allowed you as students to learn in class and in this community, and actually go back to your homes and teach your families all the lessons that you learned in class. And in closing, I would just like to thank Dr. Kawabe once again to have this program come to our school. So thank you very much, everybody.
Dr. Kawabe. He is the founder of the Kids IS 14000 program. His program has expanded to many cities worldwide. Because of his program, we were able to think about environmental conservation and start our school-wide recycling projects. Let us give a round of applause to Dr. Kawabe for his efforts on school children all over the world.
Good morning. I'm very happy to meet you again.
What is the Kids ISO 14000 program like?
Yes, 14,000 is the standard of environmental management. And one person cannot change the environment. So we have to work together to improve the environment. While children are still young, they are exposed to the environment to develop their sensitivities to do it. Besides ISO, Kids ISO 14,000 was created. First, the environmental education for children that starts with development of sense and consciousness toward the environment. A simple question like why is this? So is the key to recognize. We encourage their recognition. The next is let them answer the question. What we should do. This is PDCA cycle. First, you make a plan, then do it, and check the result, and think again to do another PDCA cycle. This is called the PDCA cycle, which is the general way of scientific research. And the third step is to work together, because as you know, one person cannot solve the world environmental problem. So we have to get together to make the worldwide effort. Then there's a possibility to be solved. And this awareness and PDCA cycle and this network is the three steps of the program. It is very important for adults to recognize children's questions and effort and acknowledge it. Children don't have general knowledge, yet sensitivity they have is enough to see and also
で
ask
実際
questions
その
to
どんな
adapt.
ふうに進めていくのかプログラ
The
ムシステム
process is
これ
made into
ワークブッ
this
ク
Kids
こんな
ISO
入門
system.
編とかこれ可
How
愛いですね
to
ちょっとこれ
implement
見ていただけ
into
る
the
かな
family
あ
is
この
this.
Kids ISO1 万4000
First,
これ入門編でありますけれども
Children
いろんな
get
こうアクティビ
this
ティが
workbook
こうあって
in the
これ書き
school
込めるようになってるわけ
and
です
they
ね
bring to the home and they have a meeting
家族
with
会議
family
ですね
members.
これね
And
これは
children is a
学
leader,
校でその
but
ワークブックを
all the
もらって
parents
うちへ帰って
and
うちでですね
brothers,
まず最
sisters
初この入
listen
門
it,
編は2週間
and they give the ideas
待機電力をなくす
to
ため
the
に
children.
元から
Then
起動をね
children
これはねあの
decide what to do.
フリーマーケッ
For
トにこれ持っ
instance,
てこうか
by using the cracked egg to as a fertilizer and so forth, and by using the
植物にはね
data from the meters,
肥料に
they
そうそうそう
will take
でその
data
データを
and
こういうふうに
record
記録してです
on
ね
the workbook. So
結構インタラク
they
ティブ性
know
のある本なんで
their
その通り
effort
そう
is
それからもう一
influencing
つは
on
子
the
供がリ
data.
ーダーになって
So they are more encouraged to do it. And this is essence
そう
of
する
this
と
program.
親の方もですね
え
子供にねじゃあ自分も
And
しっかりやらない
also
といけない
children
そこで意識改革が
like
起こるわけですね
to order
老いては子に従いというのもありますけれども、環境問題に関しては
Normally
子供の方がより
children are
切
ordered
実
by
に
the
影響を受け
parent.
るわけですもんね。
But
実
in
際
this
そうです
program,
ええ
それで
children
も
are
これ10
authorized
歳からですからね
to
大
make
体
order
そのぐらい
to
に
the
なると
parent.
もう意識が上がってきま
This
す
is really fun for the
ちょう
kids.
どその時にこれをやり始めると
And this is
子供が
some of the
変わってきますね
secret of
ええ
this program.
でちょっとそのプログラムのシステムがですねどんなふうに動くのか、ちょっとパワ
Let
ポ
me
の
show
スライ
you
ド
in
を
the
出していただけますでしょうか。
PowerPoint.
さっき一応ちらっと出たん
Yes,
ですけ
this
れ
is
ど
a
も、
system.
プログラムシ
It's
ステムが
starting from the
ええ
introductory
こ
level
こにありますように
and primary
一番
level
最初
and middle
入
level
門編っていうの
and
が
highest.
この左側に
Starting age is about
その
10 years old,
それが2週間
5th grade, 6th grade,
でこれが
and end
や
up
りますと
about
ですね子供
15 or
一人一人
16,
に
something
き
like
ちっと評価表を配られます
And
インストラクターが全部
For
評価して
first
で
introductory
それ
level
でできた
and
子
primary
供が
level,
今度は
the children work for in the
初級
household.
編に進みます
ええ
But
初級編の
after
ワークがあ
that,
りますけど後で
children start to work for the
はい
region
でそれでできた子供が今
so
度は
that they can
地域を
work
対
for
象
to
にした
reduce the
中級編をやり
garbage
ま
of
す
the
はい
region or schools.
でその中級編ができた子は
The
今度は
final
インターナショナル
stage,
ですね
children
はいいろいろコラボをやっていただいて
collaborate
ええ
いろんな環境問
by
題
using network
上
and
級編
you know
なるほ
internet.
ど
それからもう一つ今度が
Because
学校ぐるみで取り組んでいた
As
だく
the final
for
stage
school という
is
プログラムを
to improve
こ
the
れが子
world
供たちが
environment.
やる
So they have to
5
work
つのプログラムです
together
け
in
れ
the
ども
foreign
はい
country.
それに対して
So
ですね
this
先ほど言いましたような評価を
is
する
built in
イ
that
ンスト
way.
ラクターこれを約300名もいますけれども、
はい
この
And
人たちが評価を
we
した
have
り、学校行って
instructors
説
to
明
do
をした
this.
り、
And
そういうことをやっていきます。
なるほど
This is a sample
入
of
門
the
編の
workbook
ワークブックちょっと
of
ここでも
for
う見ていただ
introductory
けますと
And the
電気の
children
使用
take
量
a
とかですね
data
ガスの使用量、水
for
道の
electricity,
使用量、それから
gas,
ゴミがどれだけ出たかっていうのが
water
意識を持って
and
改
garbage.
善していくと、こう数字で現
and
れる
they
と
record
いう
it.
ことですね。
これは実はですね、
え
This is
まず最
part
初
of
の1週間は、
you know
普通の
science
生
class
活でデータを
whatever.
取っていただく。
ああ、なるほど。
And
平均値を取る。
平均値
First week
を取
they
る
take
ま
a
ず
data,
そして今度
then
子
next
供が意
week
識をしてです
they
ね、
will think
それじゃあ
how
テレビ
to
のつけっぱなしは消そうとか
for
ですね、いろいろ考
instance to
えて、
reduce
はい
でそれを
the
やりながら2
opening
週
of
目を
the
取る。そうする
refrigerator
と確実に
or
ですね、
switching off
そ
the
の差が出る
light
わけで
in
す
the
ね。
room when they are not
そうそう
there.
そうそう。
前後の差が出る。
And
で、それが子
then
供が言
take
っ
a
たから
data
変わったと。
あー
So they
そう
can
する
see
と
the
自分がね
difference.
なんかできるんだという。
From this
それで意
difference,
識が変わる。
親から言われ
children
て仕方なく
have
や
a
ったんじゃなくて
confidence.
そうそうそう。
子供がリー
Yes,
ダーに
I
なってイ
can
ニシアティ
do.
ブを
I
取っ
can
て
change
そう
the
そうそう
お
environment.
こんだけ変わったかというのが手応え
And
として感
by
じられる
this,
なるほど。
we can
これで
change
子供の意識改
the
革
consciousness of the children.
で、チェックシートもあって、これなんか面白いなと思うんですけ
And
れ
this
ども、
is
ゴ
a
ミのリサイクル作戦
operation
ゴミをリ
for
サイクル
the
しましょうっていうだけではなくて、
for
実
waste
際にその
or
レ
garbage.
ジ袋どうしてるかとかです ですね、
So
フリ
there's
ーマ
a
ーケットに回して
check
るかどうかと
sheet,
か
as you see.
チェック項目があ
So
るから
the children
今度
can
こうしま
find
しょう
what,
っていう
what is
具体的なアク
not
ションにこ
done,
うつながっ
what
てい
is
きやすいです
done.
ね。
So from this, children can find what he should do from this. So this is this program is made
あーなるほど。
so that the children can think and decide and do it and get the result. Yes.
要するに自分で考える力を
So
で自分で取ったデータから自分で考
they
える
will decide from their own data, not from the knowledge.
もともと僕
So
はです
this
よ
is
ねそういう
a
科学
key
的な考え思考の思考
of scientific methodology.
うん
でこれでその
So
例え
the
ばエネルギーの
children
消費量
are
が
very
そのうちで
happy
下がりましたと
working with
い
this
うふうに
program,
こう優秀な
but
活動をしたっ
also
ていうと
simultaneously
認定証がもらえるんですか
children
あのね
get
まず日本
concept
編はね
of
まあ
what
お
is
試し版
scientific
ですから
approach
そういうこと
to
で
solve the problem.
評価表あなたはこんなことに気がついたとかね
And as a
それ
result,
から実際使用数を相当減らしてるんですよ
from the household,
減るんですけどね
with this program, children reduced 10 to 15%
あるいはま
of
たね
CO2
減らなかった
emission.
ところもあるね
This amount is very substantial
お客さんが来た
あーなる
if you consider
その
Kyoto
理由さえ
Protocol
分かれ
and
ば
so
い
forth.
いじゃないですか
So
この意識はもう
children
変わってる効果とし
is
ても出てるわけです
a great
ですけど平均すると
player
大体
for
え
to make
何トン
the
と
environment for
もう
futures.
うん大
So
体3万5千から4万
this program is started 10 years ago in Japan,
漠然となんとか
but
しなきゃいけな
now
いではな
it's
くて具体
spreading
的
all
に
over
こ
the
うすれ
world.
ば減るんだっていう方法論が見えるってのは大きいですね。
And also,
でこれはね他にも
uh,
使える
methodology of this PDCA cycle is not just for environment.
実際
You
この
can
方法をね
use
PDC
this
を
to
して
other
ロボットコンテストにね
project, for instance.
はい。
One of the children made a robot, a new robot creation by using PDCA cycle. They made a very good robot,
初級編。
and
初級編は
they
です
went
ね
to
同じように
competition
PDCA
of
を
robot
しっかりやって
competition
はい
and won.
で1ヶ月
And
間で
this
すけどね
children was
で
invited
そ
to
れをやっ
Italy
て
for this.
80
And this way,
はい。
they can do. And this is second stage, it's a primary
そうする
level
とですね
workbook.
採点
Also
評価
they
して
work,
はい。
but
合格した
they
子供
more
にですね国際
precisely,
認定証
more
国際認定証をお持ちいただい
scientifically,
て
and
ますね。それね。
we give them
はい
this
これがですね
international
国際認定証
certificate
です
for each
まさに
student.
ISO のロゴが
IS
And
の
this ceremony
入ってる。
is held in the United Nations University,
もそうですしね
and
環境計
so
画、国連環境計画
as you see
国
the
連大
lot
学
of
も入ってるし
international logo
え
like
えそれからこれは
ISO,
持続可能な
UN,
教育の10年
and
ああ、
UNEP,
なるほど。
and
ええ
probably
DESD の
this
こ
is
れ
the
多分
most
世界で最
prestigious
高のね
certificate
環境教育
for
の
the
こ
kid.
の
So
ステー
kids
タスが
can have this
認
and
定証が
become one
子
of
供
his
一人一人
career.
にこれ渡されるわけです
すごいな。
So
なんか誇らしいですね。
the
これもらったらね
change of
ですから
this
子供はね
environmental
それを取ろうと
awareness of the
ええ
kids
でしかもこれ
is
子
not
供のキャリア
going
にな
down, it's
ええ
growing up and
ですか
up.
らね、なんとかの受
with
験
this
にいいとか
program.
ね。
はい
ええうん
Maybe
受験
this
にね
ええ。
うん
certificate
その初級認定なんて
can
書くと
be
ね
used
はい
for the
試験官
some
みたいな期間
entrance
でね
examination
はい
to higher level.
そうする
So,
と子供はね、待ってましたとばかりね。
this is really
なるほど
growing up
僕はこれだけ
this
やってね
program.
はい。
で Now, this program is expanding worldwide. For instance, this is the French version. This is Portuguese version. This is Arabic. This is Japanese. This is expanding. And now we are going to have a Canadian version and so forth. So maybe everybody, all the children are taking a data in the same format so that you can compare your data with how Canadian is doing and so forth. So this is one of the advantages of this program. So that the children can work together and compare and give them more ideas how to improve. So, if you do this, I think you can say, yes, I can survive.
Congratulations. Daisy.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Ivan?
So, good morning and welcome to the UN headquarters here in New York. I am Jean-Marc Poicourt from the United Nations University. Perhaps as a way to begin, let me say a few words about the United Nations University. Maybe you don't know much about the UNU. The United Nations University is a think tank for the UN. We are headquartered in Tokyo, and the partnership that we have with Mr. Kawabe. We are headquartered in Tokyo, and we serve as a think tank for the UN and its member states. We focus on three types of generic issues, if you will: international security, international development, and international environment, and our interest in environment. Environment for us is very, very important. In fact, out of 14 centers, we have probably 6 or 7 centers dealing directly or indirectly with issues of environment. Of course, since we are a think tank for the UN, we focus on environmental issues from a postgraduate point of view. That is to say, at the level of the PhD or beyond. Still, we believe that awareness on environmental issues should start very, very young, and the fact that we're very happy to support the initiative of Professor Kawabe called Kids ISO 14,000. It's not a UNU project, but we encouraged and support it, and the fact that you have an office at UNU in Tokyo, and the fact that we're happy to host you here. That's it for me, and now I'll give the floor to Professor Kawabe.
Thank you very much.
Well, thank you very much, Jean-Marc. Yes, this is actually a very epoch-making occasion, because this Kids ISO program we started at the year of 2000, so which means a decade already passed, and more than 210,000 kids and their families worked on this program, and it's really result is encouraging. And how to change the awareness of children, and through this change the awareness of adults. It is the opposite direction of education. Normally, it's people expect from adult behavior influence to the children. But now, adults are very much spoiled. So we go through the children, and they are very serious about the environment because they can live longer than the adult. And so, and this Kids ISO 14,000 program seems to be very good, because to change awareness, two things are important. First, this management methodology. If they know this methodology, they think they can do something. Yes, and by themselves, then calling their friend and their family members. So that way, this will affect the even adult. And in Japan already, the government, local government, changed their policy because of this children's influence.